What's up, guys? Tech and Tyler. My apologies for the lack of content lately. That is because I have moved recently. Um, I'm still at the other house as well that I make most of the content at, but we have also moved into a different house. Me and my wife and two of our friends had moved together into a house, and this house was built in 1933. So this house has some cool features about it and some cool things that I have found or come across in it. But um, I haven't been able to make content lately because of the moving process, and there's still a lot to do, and there's still a lot to be done, and a lot of work, including on this house, because it being built in 1933, it needs a lot of TLC. And so this basement here, I'll probably make videos in this basement as well as the other basement. So I'm gonna go back and forth and stuff. But that is the reason for the lack of content lately was moving. But I'm only about a 10-minute difference or so from the other house, so not too far at all. So it's pretty easy. I just haven't had the time lately to make the videos and do everything and stuff. But so I've been doing a whole bunch of work at my job and then here doing this. So my apologies for the lack of content. But this house, when we got it though, had like I said, it had quite a few cool things I've been coming across in it because of the age. I've been finding some really unique things. But one thing about this house that it came with in the basement is actually really cool. Now, unfortunately, this basement is not a full basement. It's a partial basement with most of it being a crawl space, but I would like to eventually, one day possibly, make it a little bit of a bigger area to do more of a workshop in, but it's going to be a long time before that happens, or it might not even happen at all until we leave from this house and go to a different house. But it all just depends, and time will tell. But the like what I was saying though, one of the cool features of this house that I thought was really neat when we got it was not only the fact that it had basically everything in it almost original, like it had a steam oil system in it, which I cut out, got a new system put into it, and I'm doing the wiring on it, rewiring the whole thing because it was previously rewired but done very poorly, so I'm going through and redoing it. And I've also been cutting out all these pipes here for the boiler system, and then there's wires everywhere from stuff I'm ripping out, and a whole bunch of just random junk left behind as well. And there's the old boiler system, which that's going to be gone. I got to cut it out. But so been very busy. But the main cool thing that I've been talking about is that the house came with, which also, sorry about this. I'm going to be doing this handheld because I don't have a tripod with me, so might be a little shaky. I apologize. But the item in question is this right here. Now, that's why I'm wearing a headlamp right now, so I can show the fixture off, because this is the only light down here, and then also this keyless fixture. But I took the bulb out of it because the bulb wasn't good in it, and I haven't replaced it yet. But I'm going to upgrade the lighting down here. But it's literally just this fixture and that. But anyway, so the house came with this really cool fixture here. It is a half piper. Not sure of the age. It's got some very unique end caps on it, which is really cool. Luckily, this fixture actually has both of the end caps on it, which is really nice. It had bulbs in it, but it didn't work at first, and that was due to the fact that apparently the pull chain is bad in it. I can get it to come on, and I have used it quite a bit, but I need to replace the switch in it. But at the same time, when I rewire more of the house, I'm going to put more proper wiring in the basement, redo the switches and stuff to have more of lights in it. So I might put some of my other lights that I have at the house down here just to give it some more lighting down here. But this one's really unique, just because of the fact that it's a shadows are really bad with this headlamp. But the fact that it's a half piper, and the bulbs that it had in it are older bulbs for sure. And even though the bulbs are the wattage they are bright. Like they're pretty much the exact brightness as a 40 watt. But the bulbs that are in it or if I can not get the shadows in it, it has a utility shop light F24, F40, stumbling on my words, an F40T12 25 watt bulb there, and it's got the exact same thing up in there, and then has another one right there, and then it even has another one right here. Now that one's taken out because this side of it here has a bad starter in it, and so I can't get it to work because I need to grab another starter for it. But this is the only side that isn't on at the moment, but the other three sides work. This socket is also broken, so I'll need to change that out at some point. But besides that, overall, the light is in really good condition for its age, and also being down in a really damp, humid basement, because this isn't a full basement, and since it's got crawl space in it, it's pretty damp down here. But overall, though, it's in really good condition for being in this area for how long it's been here. I'm assuming this light is probably from the 40s. I'm guessing 40s, like late 40s, early 50s, maybe. Not too sure. I know somebody can probably date this fixture better than I can. And what I also thought was pretty interesting too about this light is that somebody had hardwired it. So there's a wire right there, goes all the way down into the top of it right here, and then they had it actually hooked into the keyless fixture right here on this part. So I was quite surprised that they hardwired it, but they didn't put it on a switch though, except for the pull chain versus the light at the top of the stairs. And same thing with the keyless fixture here. It's just a pull chain, it's not switched. So but the wiring that you see on the walls right or on the floor joists right there, that wiring is 50s at least, I'm guessing. Probably around the time when they started coming out with actual like Romex instead of like knob and tube or BX cable, because this house was knob and tube, and then it had a little bit of BX cable in it, and then throughout it in random spots it has this snake skin sort of Romex, where it's not the gray type, it's black, but it has an interesting internal coiling of like how they sheathed it and stuff with the cardboard and all. So I'm assuming that somebody came in here and rewired it kind of in the 50s, maybe 40s, not too sure. So that's the older part of the wiring besides the original, but this is the only wire in the basement that's actually like live and working that's original, because all the knob and tube has been killed and doesn't work anymore. But this here, it being black Romex that is actual like smooth sheathing and not the snakeskin sort of stuff, was very popular in the 70s. So don't know if somebody put this in here in the 70s, like they had it and just decided I'm gonna put it here to light up like a area here, because there's a bunch of in the walls anchors. So I wonder if they had a workbench built all the way around here or something, and then they had the light here. Not too sure, but yeah, I was really happy that this light was here though. The previous people, I got worried if they were going to take it out for some reason, but they didn't. They left it, so I was really, really happy about that. But it's got a pull chain right here, and it does work. It might take a couple of tries, but we'll turn it on here. The middle one takes a little bit longer. I think it's the starter in it is going bad as well. So, but there it goes. It takes a little time to do it, but the fixture works great, perfectly fine. It's very quiet. It has a very little bit of hum to it. But overall, it works really nice, and it lights up this basement quite well for what it is, especially for the fact of it having 25 watt bulbs in it. I guess this was their idea of like energy saver bulbs, how they used to do like the 34 watt ones, which I personally think those bulbs are terrible, because I've noticed that over time those bulbs, when they get a lot of use on them, they start to get really dim, and they start getting those ripples in them when you have them on. Like when a bulb is cold and it cuts on, it gets those ripples all the time, and they're this like dingy green color, so I'm not a fan of those bulbs at all. But these ones, though, for being like an energy efficient 25-watt bulb, is bright. Like, it could be the mixture of the ballast in it if it's like a high power factor, but also being preheat too. It just is more powerful in general. But yeah, these bulbs literally look no different compared to like a F40T12 bulb. So pretty cool that it had these nice old utility bulbs in there. Turn this off and cut it back on again. If the switch will cooperate, because like I said, the pull chain on it is kind of broken. Takes a couple of tries to get it to work, so I need to replace the switch in it. Very finicky. So let me see if I can get this off, and then we will take the sides off of it and take the cover off and see what type of ballasts are in it, because I have not checked to see what kind of ballasts are in it, and I'm very curious on the manufacturer. So let me go ahead and get this kind of apart, and I'll bring you back. Alrighty, finally got the light down, and this one actually comes down in a very interesting way. I haven't seen one like this. So this one actually is just a separate solid piece of metal, and then the actual fixture gets held up by the two screws right here and right here. It took me a second to figure out how this came off, but I did indeed get it taken off. And so I did notice that the sockets are actually GE. So it kind of made me wonder if this was possibly a GE fixture, and lo and behold, it actually is. So the fixture, if I can get the glare, these actually have two GE ballasts in them, and these are the big beefy ballasts as well. So there's the one here, and then there's also the one right there as well. They're both the exact same. I've had this light fixture on now for a couple of days because I keep forgetting to come down here and turn it off, but they definitely are pretty warm for what it is, running for about a week straight. But I mean, the fixture is doing all right. As you could tell over the years, it is starting to have a little bit of a, if I can get the angle of it, a little bit of a tar leakage in the bottom of it, but not too bad. I've definitely seen way worse. And the fixture does have cloth wiring, but the cloth wiring seems to be in actually really good shape. So I'm really happy with how that is, because I like to keep the fixtures original as much as possible. So the fact that it's got the original ballasts in it is really cool. And not to mention the fact that this cloth wiring is original also. So I mean, I could touch this and I can bend it and everything, and yeah, it's still pliable, which is fantastic. The only ends that I would be concerned about are the ones here by the ballast, and these ones right here are, I can feel quite stiff. So maybe the ones for the ballast are yeah, the ones for the ballast are actually pretty fragile. I can feel it, but these ones for that they ran for like the sockets and everything are still pretty pliable. But yeah, I'm going to try to be very careful with the wiring in it because I don't want to damage it. But I do want to clean up this fixture a little bit as well. But I'm happy to know that this half piper does have the feature to put the little rods in it to hang it too, which is super cool. So it has the two holes up here as well for the rods to come through. So that's awesome. They use one of the holes to put the wiring to run it, and it does have a ground wire in it, but they didn't have it connected to nothing. But yeah, this is definitely 70s Romex, so because it's got a ground in it, so that was pretty common for 70s era. But yeah, so there's the fixture. Like I said, in really good condition actually, and then these end caps as well are in amazing condition too. So they're a little dirty, but besides that, this fixture is pretty rust free actually. It might have a couple little tiny spots, but overall, this fixture is in fantastic shape because most of these fixtures have a lot of rust on them, but this one doesn't. I mean, even the nuts on it, the little nuts for the little end caps. Whoops. Drop that somewhere over there. Hopefully it didn't go too far, but I'll find it here in a second. But yeah, overall though, yeah, the end caps came off great. These came off no problem. The biggest reason I took it down too is because I need to get to that switch and I need to replace it. But because the switch in it's not doing too great, which the switch that is in it is an old Leviton switch. Nice old Leviton one. So hopefully maybe I could just clean this. It does have the metal tabs to bend off, so maybe I could just take those off and clean the contacts in it and put a little oil in it, and that would probably help fix it. But yeah, because the switch is in good shape too. It almost looks brand new almost, besides a little bit of dirt on it. But there's the Leviton logo. But yeah, overall this fixture is in really good condition. I'm really happy with it. Ballasts are good. Everything works in it, so it's fantastic. Also, another little side note of a cool old light that I found in here crawling through the crawl space, which it's really dirty, but I found this cool old General Electric incandescent bulb. It's a 75 watt, and it's the etch inside of the glass design, so that's really cool. It's burned out, like I said, unfortunately, but still cool. Clean it up, add it to the collection just because I love those old style bulbs with the old etches. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep a regular schedule again if I can on the videos. But if I can't, I apologize. But it's due to moving and doing a whole bunch of work in this house because, like I said, they whoever did the wiring in it did a very poor job. And so I'm going through and refixing it all because it's not good. So taking some time to do this, and then with the move, we're still technically moving and trying to get a bunch of work done. So, but then again, that's what happens in old homes. And also, another downside is this floor joist too. I would like to have put some like more light fixtures up that like fluorescent fixtures that would hang, but I can't because the ceiling is so short. Like I could just touch this, and I'm not a tall person at all, and I can touch this. So it really shows you how short the ceiling is for the basement. But yeah, that's the only fluorescent fixture in here. There's a couple cool odds and ends I found in here as well of random stuff. And so I'll show those off in random videos as well as whatever other light fixtures I get here soon, or post more about the other ones I never got to yet. But yeah, I know this video is all over the place, but I apologize again for the lack of content lately. But stay tuned though. I will be still posting videos, so just keep an eye out on that. And yeah, with all of that, hope you liked the video, and I will post as much as I can, like I said. And if somebody knows the age of this fixture, let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. But until then, thank you.